When your stash is low, when your cash ain't full, when you need to max out your arsenal, it's time for Goodwill hunting. What is up, guys? Pony here, and today I've got the haul video. The haul video that's associated with my spring 2017, somewhere in April of this year, thrifting road trip. Because I've been doing it with the monthly local stuff, I'm going to throw in a graph for this one. First graph for a road trip, but I kind of want to see how road trips sort of progress in the future. I like comparing months, and I'm going to like comparing different road trips. And another change sort of is that for all these road trips, I'm going to be budgeting myself just $100. So I'm not really going to go over individual prices here. But everything you see in this haul video came in just under, I think it was 99 something, just under $100. And for every road trip that I do, I'm going to budget just $100 and see what I can get. And the impetus for this, the reasoning behind that was because I saw on Reddit and sometimes on Facebook, people would ask, they would post people's collections that were being sold on Facebook Marketplace or on eBay or wherever it was being sold, and they would inquire as to whether or not this was worth it to people, just sort of to get other people's perspectives on how much they would pay for this particular collection. So what I wanted to do was, on these thrifting road trips, I wanted to see what I could get for $100, and then I'll have pictures, and I'll have these haul videos in order to just sort of showcase what you can buy for $100 in the thrift world, at least in my area, in the Pacific Northwest. What does $100 get you if you really kind of go for maximum value? Maximum value, at least as far as I'm concerned. I have different tastes. There are some blasters that are maybe worth a little bit more, but I just think they're so hideous I can't imagine picking them up. Anyway, little long-winded intro. Let's just get in, let's test some blasters, and let's see what I was able to pick up for $100 back in April of 2017. So we're going to start out with the commons. I'll work my way up from the smallest common to the largest common, and then do that sequentially as we get up here. If we take a quick look at the graph, there was only one epic. I think it was an epic. Most of them were common and uncommon, and that's sort of because, honestly, I've been downranking a lot of blasters as I collect them more and more. A lot of my rarity understanding is based on my own personal collection, so as I get more blasters, I kind of think, how many of those do I have? So as I obtain more blasters, it sort of forces things down a rarity. Holy cow. Alright, sorry. So let's just get into it. Commons, we're going to start off with a Fire Strike, owned by Carson. Thank you, Carson, or thanks to Carson's mother or father for dropping this off at a Goodwill so I could obtain it. That works fantastically. Never had a Fire Strike, really, that did not work. The only time I found a Fire Strike that really didn't work, it didn't even catch. That's kind of where thrifted Fire Strikes fail for me. But this one works great. Got a pair of strong arms from a single Goodwill. Let's see if those work. Oh, that one's kind of a failure. Goodness. Okay, that one does work. Give this one another quick test. Oh, huh. Guess that was just a fluke. I guess these have probably been sitting around for a while. We got a Retaliator. Looks like that works pretty well. Some common Retaliator accessories, front barrel and stock attachment. And then the only magazine I was able to pick up on this trip was an 18-round magazine. In the box triad, maybe this might be an uncommon just because it's in the box, but being in the box doesn't really make a difference typically. So we're not even going to test this, going to assume that works fresh out of the package. Then we got a Nitron. Feels kind of heavy, so we'll see if it's got batteries in it. Even with the magazine, it doesn't work. Could just be that the batteries are dead. We'll figure that out later. Now we've got, of course, a Vigilon and a Proton. I might start throwing up the Proton count on these videos, just because that's getting pretty ridiculous. We'll see if I actually hold true to that when I'm editing. And last but not least, we have a Vulcan. No way to test this mechanically as it didn't come with the priming bar. But what we can do, as it is fairly heavy, is push this little button down. And it looks like it does work with batteries at least. So that's great. Now jumping into the uncommons. A Jolt! Now you might think this is a common, but for me it is definitely not. I rarely see Jolts, especially the elite colored ones. It's usually some weird off color. And that works. Then we got a Zombie Double Strike. That works great. A Rapid Red. We'll see if this one works with a magazine in it. And it does. Fantastic. We got a rough cut. We'll test every chamber. Wow, that actually works better than some of the out-of-box rough cuts that I've gotten. We got a Pink Crush along with the 4 Victory. This is definitely in contention for one of my favorite sidearms. It's tiny, compact, and got such a nice feel. Jumping into some of the bigger stuff, we got a yellow mag strike. Let's see if this holds air. I don't hear anything. Hey, that definitely works. Wow, that is in excellent condition. Try out this red mag strike. This one actually did come with its own magazine. Oh, no, that one doesn't work quite as well. Maybe I didn't pump it up enough. Not as happy with that one. We got a Rapid Fire 20. And this one I don't think that I realized didn't have a pump handle. So no real way to test this out. But still happy to get a Rapid Fire 20. And then did get a Rapid Fire 20 that actually does have its pump handle. I'm not surprised the other one doesn't, because this thing is pretty flimsy actually. Let's see if we can just load up full lead darts and fire this entire thing off. Hopefully I didn't load it for no reason. It would seem I may have loaded it for no reason. We're going to try one more time. Oh, this thing's really not working. Alright, so I'm kind of 0 for 2 on Rapid Fire 20s. Alright, then we got the Ultimate Berserker. Which we have to remember fires out at the bottom. And the missile part does not work, but typically these things just kind of slip out. So we'll see if we can't fix that in the future. Then we've got just kind of run-of-the-mill lame Berserker. It's not ultimate at all. That works. Holds air, no hissing. That's kind of weak. Alright, last on the uncommons, got the old Titan. That works great. Alright, jumping into the rares. This Vigilon, only rare because it's part of the Sonic series, so Sonic series coloring on a Vigilon is rare, definitely for me. Does it work? Yes it does, and it's actually very clean. Oftentimes with the Sonic series I find that they're extremely dirty, but this one actually looks very new. Then we got the Max Force Eagle Eye. This top part is kind of missing, but things sort of like the Night Finder. I think you pull the trigger partially, completes the circuit here, so you kind of have a little laser. Now I'm not even sure I have darts that are going to be compatible with this because they use the old, larger Nerf darts. Yeah, definitely not. But this came out in 1994. I actually remember this blaster. I'm pretty sure I owned one. So definitely vintage Nerf here. To go along with Rarity Jump because of coloration, I've got a Lumitron here, the recolored Praxis. This may fall down in a rarity because lately I've actually been seeing quite a few of these, but as of this trip, this was my first one, so I was pretty happy to grab this. And it works wonderfully. And last in the rare section, got a Hypersight Expand-A-Blast. Hypersight I think was the line, and this one in particular is called the Expand-A-Blast. And this one a little bit newer, but came out in 1998. And it is called the Expand-A-Blast because, I forget how to do this, whoop, because that right there. Wow. I'm not even sure what this is for, because it kind of just, if you try to put it up to your arm, it just goes right back in, so that's a little confusing. But let's see if it works with elite darts. I don't think that it will. This thing is super goofy. Yeah, I think some sort of CPVC addition to this is going to be required to make this work. But this is the Hypersight Expand-A-Blast. Overall, a silly vintage blaster. Finally, I think from a Deseret Industries, I got not a Supermax 1500, but a Supermax 3000. Yeah, this is also definitely not going to work with Elite darts because the darts have to be a certain size in order to open the air chamber to actually fire any darts. But I think probably some CPVC or PETG will probably fix that as well. I'll obviously have to look up some sort of modification guide to do that, but pretty excited about this blaster. Alright, that is it for this haul. I'll throw up a picture of the entire thing all laid out. Let me know what you think. Was this worth $100? Was it? If not, how much less was it? What would you pay for this if it was worth more than $100? Estimate what you think it would be worth, or what you'd be willing to pay for it. Till next time, guys, remember, you can be serious about Nerf, but don't take Nerf too seriously.